Hello there, my name is Brandon, this is my brand, and today I am going to teach you how to have infinite money in less than 10 minutes. Let's get started. So first and foremost, we need to figure out what is money. Well, everyone thinks they know what money is. They think it's those green things in their pocket, but it's definitely not. I'm going to prove it to you and explain the whole thing to you. So let's start off at Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. It says, no state shall, and then it says a whole bunch of things, but one of the things it says in here is, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. Now we look up money in Black's Law Dictionary, and we've got in usual and ordinary acceptation. It means gold, silver, or paper money used as a circulating medium of exchange. Now this part is really the most important part, right? And does not embrace notes, bonds, evidences of debt, or other personal or real estate. Now keep in mind on that one, because we're going to be getting into some excitement here now. Now check it out on here. Federal Reserve note. But wait a second. The definition of money says it does not embrace notes. Interesting. Well, if these bad boys ain't money, what in the hell are they? Well, the answer comes from the Uniform Commercial Code, Article 3, Section 104, which we're going to talk about more. And they're actually called negotiable instruments. So instrument basically means like any document or contract or deed or security. Negotiable means transferable. So this is actually a security, essentially, or a promissory note that I can transfer to you, and then you will now be able to possess that value, right? Now they break down, UCC 3, Article 3 is the section that's all about negotiable instruments, all about our money supply that we have. All the information on that can be found in UCC Article 3, which we'll be talking about a lot. Now they define negotiable instruments as only two things: an unconditional promise to pay or an unconditional order to pay a fixed amount of money, blah, 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 blah. We're going to be talking a lot about this. This is all how infinite money really works. So we have, like I said there, negotiable instruments, unconditional promise to pay or an unconditional order to pay, right? Now there's two different terms that you're going to see, and we're going to break all these terms down, right? You can see right here, this is from the Bill of Exchange Act of 1882. There's two different terms. Bill means bill of exchange, and note means promissory note, right? So the unconditional order to pay is a bill. You get bills in the mail. We're going to cover that in just a second. That's an unconditional order to pay, and then you have the unconditional promise to pay. So here's just a random bill. We've got down here, it's an unconditional order to pay. It says billing date. What is bill a shortening for? It's a shortening for bill of exchange. What is a bill of exchange? It's a negotiable instrument. What is a Federal Reserve note? It's also a negotiable instrument. You're starting to see where we're going with this? Now, this is truly fascinating because anybody who may deny this, which I don't think they will because very few people have the capacity to actually understand a lot of this stuff. In UCC Article 3, Section 102, it's talking about all of UCC Article 3, which is only about negotiable instruments. It literally says, this article applies to negotiable instruments. It does not apply to money. This is not a conspiracy theory, bro. So I've already shown you what a bill of exchange or bill looks like, but you get them in the mail and you hate them. So you know what those look like, your utility bills. Those are all bills of exchange. They're all negotiable instruments, just like these bad boys. And I'm going to teach you what that means. This is a promissory note. All mortgages, all bank notes, whenever you sign for a loan for a car, a loan for a business loan, it's a promissory note. So this note, the actual physical piece of paper that you're going to get and sign, this note basically is a negotiable instrument. Now you ask yourself, what does it need to be in order to be a negotiable instrument? Well, it has to be either an unconditional promise to pay, which is a promissory note, or order to pay, which is a bill of exchange. It has to be signed and it has to be written. Those are the three things it has to have in order to be considered a negotiable instrument. Everyone believes that when you're getting a loan, the bank gives you other people's money that's already in the bank at interest. But 12 United States Code Section 83 says that general prohibition, no national bank shall make any loan or discount on the security or shares of its own capital stock. So how does the bank give you money? So the way the bank gives you money comes from the Federal Reserve Act, Section 16, Part 2. It's called note issues, but it's also found in the United States Code at Article 12, United States Code, Section 412. So the way it works is they tell you right here, you can make an application. Such application shall be accompanied with a tender, meaning giving somebody something or offering somebody something, to the Federal Reserve agent of collateral an amount equal to the sum of the Federal Reserve notes that's applied for and issued, blah, 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 blah. So it's saying if you want to apply for notes, you need to give us some sort of something in exchange, right? The collateral security thus offered, meaning what you're going to give in exchange for the Federal Reserve notes, shall be notes, drafts, bills of exchange, acceptances, blah, 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 and other things, right? So what they're doing is they're taking, you're endorsing, which means releasing, which we're going to get into in a second, which is the most important part of all this. Your signature is where all the power is. Once you sign it, what are the three things it has to have? Unconditional promise or order, unconditional promise to pay or order to pay, written and signed. That third part is when they slide the mortgage documents across the table and they say, sign here, sir. You are the one who's about ready to take that third one and bring that into existence. So the collateral security that they're going to give the Federal Reserve in exchange for the Federal Reserve notes when they write that application for notes is the negotiable instruments that you just created with your signature. The promises to pay or the bills of exchange, the orders to pay. You can actually, the way in which you sign things is where all the magic happens, and we're going to start to get into that right now. It's called endorsements. There's two different ways to spell it, though. It's a lot more than what people think, so we're going to get into it now. So when you get into negotiable instruments and the creation of negotiable instruments, in my opinion, the most important part of all is the way that you sign. Now, the word sign and the word endorse, when it comes to a financial instrument, mean the same thing. You can actually take this word endorsement, I-N-D-O-R-S-E-M-N-T, which is how they spell it in UCC3, which we're going to cover. You can take that word and replace the word signature in your mind with the word endorsement, and your life will change forever. And the reason why is what I'm going to tell you right now. So what everyone is doing on the whole planet all the time with these negotiable instruments when they sign them, they're doing what's called a blank endorsement. If an endorsement is made by the holder of an instrument and it is not special endorsed, right? So what exactly is a blank endorsement? A blank endorsement means that it's payable to bearer. Payable to whoever has it. It does not state a payee. It doesn't say who it's supposed to be paid for. It's a blank check. When you just sign and you don't say who the proceeds of this swap, the security swap, is supposed to go to, and you don't write the specifics in the endorsement, it does not state a payee. It's payable to whoever wants it, and the financial institutions take it as a gift. They're like, basically the way they look at it is you just abandoned that security. Now, what they do is they put a special endorsement on it. They claim the security, and then they go to the Federal Reserve window and write an application for notes with the security that they just very cleverly had you donate. Oh, no, we didn't steal it. You just kind of donated it to us. Then they get the money from that, and then they loan you your own money back at interest. Now, I had my people go out and do some digging, get hold of some of their mortgage loans and stuff like that. We started taking a look, and we started finding these endorsements on the thing. These are special endorsements. Paid to the order of, without recourse. It's got the name. So they're putting on here where the proceeds of this negotiable instrument are supposed to go to. It's just like a check. Paid to the order of on a check. Where are these funds going? They're claiming the value of this thing and getting it ready to swap it with the Federal Reserve. Look, paid to the order of, and then it has the name on there, by, and that's when they sign it right here. So this is a very specific thing. What is without recourse? We need to cover. So in financial transactions, the word without recourse disclaim any liability to the subsequent holder of a financial instrument. So they're just saying like, hey, if this doesn't work or you don't cash this or something happened to this, you can't come back and get it. Here's another example that we found. I'm going to show you one more after this. And here's the last example. I'm running out of time now, so I'm going to explain this to you. So you can do this yourself on your bills of exchange and your promissory notes. You can write without recourse, pay to the order of, your name in all capital letters, by, sign there, and then below there put your name. And you're saying, guys, I'm giving you this instrument, but I'm not donating it to you. You're allowed to go to the Federal Reserve window, bring back those funds, put those funds on my account, and it zeroes out the whole account, and you can give them the interest as a payment to do the swap for you. A lot of places won't do it. You have to litigate to get this done, but I wanted to show you guys this in less than 10 minutes. I'm running out of time. A lot of information on my website. It's all totally free. Everyone should be doing this. It's awesome.